Hello and welcome. Today I'm doing a review of the Cute Room Magic House. I recently finished putting this one together. So I bought this kit from Temu. This is the second kit I've bought from Temu, and I have to say I've been very happy so far with the quality of both kits that I've bought. The first kit was the Cat Cafe, which is probably my favorite kit I've done so far because I love cats. This Magic House is probably my second favorite just because of all the details in it. And I think it's actually the smallest scale kit I've put together as well, which I didn't realize until towards the end when I popped it on my shelf and compared it to all of the other kits that I have done so far. The biggest problem I had with this kit, or issue I would say, is getting the frame to fit together. As you can see, there are some gaps, which I hate. I think this was partly because of the way I put it together, but also some of the frame pieces were a little bit warped at the start, so they needed quite a lot of manipulation to get them to stick properly, and I probably didn't do 100% of a job on that. I think this could have been mostly prevented by building all of the frame in one hit, and then that way you could get the pieces to fit better that way. Why didn't I do that? Well, the first couple of kits I did do that. Often it's not what the instructions say to do, and then I build all of the individual pieces and place them in. Then my boyfriend was like, "What are you doing? You have to follow the instructions. You'll miss something."
Concerned about some of these directions to Shrewd Farms.
Yeah, do tell.
I mean, like 156 paces from the light red mailbox, make a left. Walk until you hear the beehive.
How could it be more clear?
So that's what I did with this kit. I followed the instructions step by step, and I didn't like it and I don't recommend it. Following the instructions isn't necessarily the best way to put this kit together. The instructions break the build into sections, the left side, right side, and the clock, and it gets you to build each one separately, which includes putting all of the furniture and items into each section. And then the last step is to glue all three sections together, which is very difficult when the frames are set and full of furniture items because you have to be really gentle. And you can't really manipulate them at all because you could easily break something. So my advice with this is to build the clock piece as the central point and then attach the side piece frames to either side at the start and then build all of the furniture items and pop them in. With doing it that way though, pay attention to the lighting because on the left side you need to wind lighting from the bottom floor all the way up to the top, and that has to be done at the same time as gluing the frame together. Note, the clock isn't real. I did see someone post on Facebook where they had built this kit, and actually installed a real clock. I attempted to do this. It took me ages to find a clock mechanism small enough for the kit, and then when I was trying to install it, I dropped the mechanism on the floor and broke it. I then spent several hours trying to put it back together and had no success, so I just let it go. But if you can customize it to have a working clock, that would be awesome. My favorite part of the build was making the vines on the third floor. One thing I love about making miniatures that have a lot of DIY components is each time I learn a new cool way of making something miniature. These vines are made out of brown twine. I found it really effective to smother the twine completely in just a clear glue, and I was then able to manipulate it and press it down across the frame whichever way I wanted, and then add the leaves and moss before the glue dried. The most frustrating part of the build besides the frame was the stairs. They come completely in pieces and need to be glued together. So I spent hours on these, building them in stages, and constantly had to manipulate the steps as the glue dried to ensure they stayed straight. So be patient with the stairs. Overall, I think if you really love intricate miniature builds, this is a great one to buy. If you're more of a snap-together person and like to spend only a few hours building a kit, this one's probably not for you. I'm not sure how long I spent building this kit because I took a bit of a break in the middle, but if I had to guess, maybe 60 to 70 hours of solid work on this one. mostly because I found I had to stop a lot to let things dry before I could move on. It's definitely quicker to work on several items at once and then just glue on little bits at a time and then wait for each one to dry before going on. From memory, this kit cost me around 40 Australian dollars from Temu, free postage, and with the amount of time it took me to put together, this was a great purchase. Definitely worth a buy, and I definitely recommend this one. Thanks for watching.